Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to talk about in this reaction video, y'all, I'm going to show you a lady that's every bit of middle age. She got to be pushing 40 something, right? I'm going to discuss the bad attitudes that we see in our modern day black women. But the reason I'm covering this again is because I want you to hear the delusional excuses she makes for black women to have bad attitudes. She says it is our culture as black people to be rude and mean-spirited, to not smile. Oh yeah, I'm finna show it to you right now. Hold on one second, I'll put it on your screen, y'all. And this is for educational purposes, YouTube. You hear me, baby bubba? All right, let's get it. 1 second.
All right, fam. Continued conversation about black people in white spaces. I just watched several TikTok videos. By the way, I just love all of you, all the contributors. I learned so much. But, talking about how they either got called in to the office or literally were let go from jobs because they were seen as having an attitude or not being a team player. And this is another issue when it comes to black people in white spaces. Culturally, our value systems are different. So typically white people value politeness, formality. Black people honor authenticity, honesty, and just showing the real. So when a black person comes to work, we are not, our natural instinct is not to smile and say, hey.
Now listen here, man. Before she go any further, she got to make it a race thing. Black and white, black against white. That's what she's making it into. And then she says it's a cultural thing. Now, nobody gets fired from their job because of the attitude. You get fired from your job because you're not performing right. That's why you get fired. You know how many lawsuits you can get slammed against a company if they let you go simply because you have a nasty attitude. If you are disrespectful to your higher ups, the supervisors and whatnot, and if you are disrespectful to the customers that you are providing a service for, if you are lackadaisical when it comes to performing your duties, then they will let you go. And even then, they won't let you go. Most times they will reprimand you first. You will get warnings. You'll get written documentation, everything written out before you're out of there. Okay? This is not the black people culture. I don't care what she tried to say. And then she tried to put the white people on a pedestal, and nothing against the white people because I got white people subscribers. I'm talking about this lady. This woman says that white people are just naturally polite, nice, I guess wonderful people all around, which is a lie, in my most humble opinion. I have met plenty of people that are white that are the complete opposite of what she's trying to say, okay? I think you have too. Even white people will tell you that there's white people that they don't like, okay? And then she says it's our culture to be real. What the hell does that even mean? Does being real mean that our women must be mean-spirited? That our women must be mean? That our women must be unapproachable? Our women don't want to smile at the job? And what's so crazy is you find women with this type of mentality who work customer service jobs who are just like that. They are very belligerent, they have an attitude, and they are rude. Okay? So what she's trying to tell you in a nutshell is black people have a culture of just being mean. There are people who act like that, but that's a choice. This is a 40-plus-year-old woman who thinks like this, y'all. Where is the wisdom and understanding that's supposed to come along with that age? Young fools grow into old fools. And here's proof of it right here. Let's keep going.
We are not, our natural instinct is not to smile and say, hey, how are you? Oh my goodness, how are you? Because that's not what we appreciate. We actually bond with people. If someone says, how are you? And you're like, girl, I'm here. You know what I mean? But you know, kids had me up all night, the husband's tripping. Like, that is what we actually appreciate.
Now, this woman just told you, we do not appreciate or value a good personality. We don't value people who are very kind and say, "Good morning, how are you?" Us as a black race of people don't appreciate that. That's what she just told you. And then she told you the way that black women bond is through misery and suffering. Girl, how are you? Man, I'm here. Man, my man tripping. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna pay these bills, man. I don't. So this woman is basically saying that everybody, man or woman in the black community, are just miserable people. That's our innate nature, is to be miserable and to spread misery. We respond to misery with a positive action, and we also cling to it. We relate, we bond, we attach, we connect to each other through misery, pain, and sorrow. I'm not breaking it down real. I'm trying to break it down to the simplistic thing, man, because that's what that is in a nutshell. If you really just exhaust what she just said right there. So she's saying we're a miserable people. Again, a 40-plus-year-old woman. What is she teaching the younger women?
Is the authenticity, the truth. We really like the truth. You can tell that in, you know, the way we celebrate, and you can tell that in the way we mourn. We are real. White people are formal and polite regardless of the situation, regardless of how emotional or real it is. And they expect everyone else to behave in that way. And they have decided that if you're not acting that way, then you are not professional. And this is what DE&I really should be, is not training Black people that you have to act as we act, but understanding that the way we are, the way our culture appreciates and shows things is different, right? And
when it comes to business or doing business, and I do a lot of it, your culture don't mean shit when you're doing business. When you're trying to sell a product, when you're trying to market a product, when you're trying to, let people or inform them that this is a great product, you should try us out. Your cultural background has absolutely nothing to do with the exchanging of money. It has nothing to do with e-commerce. It has nothing to do with marketability. Okay? It has nothing to do with capitalism. If you're trying to make money, your color don't matter. The only color that matters is green. And that's that green, cold, hard cash, Jack. What is she talking about? And I'm telling you what she wrong at too. She said they're white people on their job. They're professional, they're polite and all this other stuff, and they expect you to be so too. Well, here's a news flash. If I was a Black owner of a business, I would also expect that same behavior from you, especially if you are the go-between me and another client, or you are the person that's in between or the buffer between me and a potential customer. If you are there representing my brand, I expect you to come across as friendly. I expect you to come across as nice, informative, and ready to listen and to assist, because that's what I'm paying you for. Why don't you just say, you an asshole? I would appreciate that more if you just say, hey, I'm an asshole, and this is how I am. Because that's pretty much what you're saying. You're trying to talk all around this and try to make all these retarded ass reasons as to why you're being mean and disrespectful and unpleasant to be around. I think anyone who listens with a wise ear can hear this. That's sad, man.
And we know how to put it on when we must. But we never thought, I don't think most Black people thought or have been trained to think that we're required to be on because Molly wants to talk to us just every day at the desk. We don't feel like we need to share how good our coffee is. When it's important, we'll do it. But outside of that, it just ain't real for us. Just ain't real. And white people can be polite even when they're being racist and mean. Difference.
Now, let me say this, man. There are people who are introverts. You have people that are extroverts. You don't have to engage in conversations regardless if you're an introvert or extrovert if you choose not to. I know what you mean by there are people who are just naturally talkative. There are people they call morning people, and you might not be a morning person. You might be a night owl. You don't move. You got to drink 4 or 5 cups of coffee to get started. I get that. But that's no excuse for bad behavior, man. That is no excuse for you to be mean and rude. Okay? That is crazy. That is very crazy, man. But hey, whoo, the Jeremy Hill Show. I am the gentleman gone rogue. You can also call me the Black Jerry Springer, man, because I'm showing you all the outrageous wildness, the stuff that they say. And what's so sad is they actually believe what they're saying, ladies and gentlemen. This woman really believed that. It's a reason. It's an excuse for everything. There's a reason why you shouldn't take accountability for your actions. It's somebody else's fault. It's a circumstance, and according to her, it's a culture. A culture of assholes. You tell me what you think about it. Shit. It's too early to drink, man, but shit. I watched it before I came here. I had to get me a little bit of that Macallan 12-year Sherry Oak cast scotch. What up, Mr. Lawrence? And Mr. I Can Dig It, baby. I still got to up. What am I going to say? I'll say that next time on this video. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe now. You hear? Oh, I got to put the music on. My bad. Mistakes, baby.